So I was kind of watching this video from H3H3 Productions, and he is kind of one of my favorite YouTubers when it comes to reaction videos. And he recently kind of uploaded a video about interview with Joey Salads. And if you guys don't know Joey Salads, he's a guy that does a lot of like pranking videos. And recently he's kind of uploaded a lot of political stuff on his channel, and I just kind of want to like further explore that video that where H3H3 confronts Joey Salads on the past few videos that he has uploaded. So yeah.
Do you hate black people?
No. What kind of question is that? You think I'm going to say yes?
I don't know, because I mean, it sounds like a joke. It sounds funny, but frankly, how else is it? Like, how else are people supposed to? What else are people supposed to take from you creating constantly these perceptions that black people are violent?
You're totally right.
He says, "Hey, do you hate black people?" And Joey Salad kind of like laughs at it because it's such a ridiculous question, and to us it kind of is. But there's actually people that actually hate black people. So it shows that like his personal intention was not to put more hate onto black people, but he kind of represented his message incorrectly. And I think one of the biggest things that he should work on is try to limit the amount of generalizations he's making. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
See, I never really truly looked at my videos of actually having an effect on the world, because when I'm looking at it on a computer.
So why do you make them?
First off, because kind of like my job in a way. Just see them as just videos going up with numbers coming in.
Salads views this as like a huge main source of revenue, and you know, like it's his job to do it. But I do think that it's important for him to kind of think about what kind of a message he's putting in, because I don't want to be like a very cliche person, but more power comes more responsibility, and you do have to keep in mind that the more money that's coming into you, that you get back, the more people that are going to watch you.
I definitely went off the same type of controversy, but I never intended it for it to generalize the entire black race. But the way I said it, and which I messed up, and I totally regret, I did mess up.
How could it? I don't understand. How could it have been seen any other way?
Because the way if I worded it differently, there's some truth to that, because you can Google Black Lives Matter attack Trump supporters, and there is a lot of truth to that.
So, so Joey Salads kind of says like, "Hey, I didn't really mean to kind of generalize in that sort of way," and it's kind of hard for people to kind of realize that, because it kind of Google puts on like a whole filter when it comes to videos that we watch. So the more videos that we watch of a certain category, we tend to watch more of those same videos, and that becomes part of our reality when it's actually just a small part of the world. So take for example, if you watch a lot of videos on KKK, you're going to get more videos to watch on the KKK. And so sometimes people might think, oh my god, KKK is like a huge part of this world, but it's actually not. It's actually like a dying clan. So that is one thing that he should kind of take in consideration, and also put a disclaimer on. But you know, is he gonna watch this video? I'm probably not.
Is it worth the fucking ad revenue? Can you make a social experiment that doesn't offend a large minority of people that, as a result, want to kill you? That's my next question, Joey.
That's the stuff that gets controversy and gets people talking.
So it says that people like controversy, and I do agree. I honestly love the whole like elections, what's happening between like Hillary and Trump and all those news. Though it's kind of interesting, because when you go outside and you start talking to a lot of people, they do not like controversy. So I don't know. It's kind of cool how there's such a huge segregation between like the outside reality, which is the world itself, and the internet itself, and what people like to watch and look at.
Basically selling hate. Is that cool?
Looks like shit.
But you keep doing it.
mean, how many times have I done it?
A lot, dude.
Yeah, I really like Ethan's kind of assertion, saying like, "Hey, you do this a lot," and I really like it because when you do that to a person, he has to kind of confront himself and say and kind of reflect back, did I actually do too much? And he kind of does, and he says, how many videos have I done? And so I really like this response. People should do it more when it comes to real life because they start to reflect on it, or they just go on defense mechanism. But you know, it's good to kind of just say like, hey, you're doing this wrong, and you need to fix it up.
On October 15th, the media's clear bias and agenda to re-elect Hillary is more than enough of reason to vote for Trump. That says it all. You seem like the kind of guy who's very skeptical of what you see in the media.
I wish that he wasn't so narrow thinking where it comes to saying, hey, it's these two parties, if not Hillary, then Trump. No, if not Hillary, then what about Trump or third party or not voting at all? I think that should be like the better conversation.
Question of how do you justify manipulating media when you yourself are so opposed to it? You feel so oppressed by it. I mean, how do you justify that?
The only justification that I would be able to give, which is I don't want to give out excuses because it was wrong, obviously. The only justification that I could bring out is that there are real life situations where stuff like this does happen, and that you can look up. You can look up videos of Trump supporters being attacked by crowds of Black Lives Matter.
How do you know it's real?
There's fearing for.
As I mentioned before, these could be just small events that are happening, but people might perceive it as like absolute truths that Black people are actually in the Black Lives Matter movement. So I kind of should say that he should think about what kind of message he's trying to put out towards Black people.
It seems like when you can control the outcome that specifically, it almost needs to be in a controlled environment. What?
You do it until you get the outcome.
You do it until you get the outcome?
Until you get the outcome.
Doing it until you get the outcome. That is one very biased standpoint, and people should not be doing that because that is really distorting the truth out there. Are kind of not everyone is part of Black Lives Matter movement. Everyone has their own opinion on it, and it's not like the whole population of blacks are part of it. It's just like a small percentage.
All right.
Everybody already knows every social experiment's fake. Even
no, no.
FouseyTube was like, my shit's fake.
To say everything is fake, that's false. I'll admit to you, the Black Lives Matter one was fake. There you go.
YouTuber, because having a huge following, it's best to kind of fess up to what you've done wrong and just go forward with it. And I feel like it's not due to more viewership, but it's kind of comes out from trying to have better content in general. So I like what Joey Salads is doing right now because more people will kind of want to watch his videos because it's more legitimate and it's more honest.
Then I changed it.
And they knew that. They knew you changed it.
They knew that. No, they knew that.
Did they know that it was going to be presented as real?
Yeah.
So I'm really confused by what the message these black people are trying to kind of show. Are they just doing it for the fun of it, or are they doing it because they want to get viewership, or like, I don't know. Is it because they're not thinking straight? That's also another thing that I've kind of thought about. If you want, you could put a comment down, and I will totally, think about it as well. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you've actually made it this far, thanks for hearing my ramblings, and I'll see you in the next one.